Okay. Okay, we're here. I'm so excited. This is a really cool thing that my audio brethren, Mr. Eric Valentine, just put up on his page. It's like a mix contest with all of these great multi-tracks of a thing that he just recorded. Wow, this is going to be fun. Super, super excited. Let's just dig into this freaking thing. So this is basically his session, and he has a bunch of, plugins and things kind of already set up here, and things are set up with buses. It's not every day you get to mix tracks that are engineered by, like, one of the greats. Oh, way interesting. Okay, so we got bass, we got some drums. Okay, now we've got a whole bunch of guitars. Guitar 1 bus. But we have this other one called Heavy Guitars Left. Oh, okay, so this is his ref mix, I believe. Yep. Do a quick bounceroni of that, and we'll send that right into that folder. And then I can cue that up in Metric AB, and we can kind of reference back and forth and see what he did, see what I'm going to do. I have no idea what I'm going to do because I am not comfy in this genre. I don't get enough reps in this genre, although I come from the rock world and it was my dream to grow up and be a big rock producer. But let's add this in. Wave, open, and sync point the same. And we're going to start them from here. Okay. Pretty much queued up. I am so excited to get into this. Now that we have that there, we can just get rid of that thing. I don't even want to see that. Let's cue up the Unfair Child. I think most of you know that me and Eddie built this motherfucking thing for him, and it's sick. I'm going to go to Very 2, just like my starting point would be just Very 2, Attack 10, Release 6. We're going to dig in and pile drive this baby. And I always love to switch to gain reduction mode. I don't want to see the VU. I don't like that style of metering. We're just going to start there. Something that's just kind of babysitting some peaks and just kind of parking the mix into place. That's cool. I'm good with that. I'm not going to overthink it. It's going to be more important about, what we do to build the mix and how we treat the faders to just get everything to kind of push into it. And that'll be more important. And I'm not even ready. Yeah, I'm not even ready to gain stage into this bad boy yet either. I really just want to take a look around the session and see what's happening. Let's start with our markers here. Okay, let's hit like 4 bars and just like listen to what we have for kick mics, because kick is kind of the first thing that I would be wanting to kind of shred, So what has he done here? Let's delete all his stuff. I'm just because I want the challenge. It's not because I think I could do it better, but we're here. Like, we're here to mix. Let's, if this were a client session, I would absolutely just leave what they had and I would just build from there. But like, dude, this is an opportunity to like really dig in on some tracks that were engineered really well with some different types of mics and totally different types of techniques. Like I've never mixed a kick that had an NS10 speaker cone by itself and then just the enclosure. So this is fun. This is exciting. And while we're at it, I hate that it's not titled. So I just want to send these out to their own thing called Kick. Yeah, I want to be able to know. I want to look at the track and know what it is and know where it's going. And again, okay, cool. Yeah, super clicky. Terrible. Wow. Very interesting. That's just click city. I would almost even start with split EQ to get that job going. Man. Pro G. Attack all the way fast, a little bit of look ahead. Okay, now we've got that going. Now we can really... There's just so much of that. You know, sometimes with a new mic, it's cool to just take a peek around and see what do we have and where, when peeking around, you know, and really combing around with EQ, where is it going to respond? Where is this microphone going to respond to some energy push? And sometimes it's not where you expect. Man, 3K killing me. 3K killing me right now. Turns out I didn't need to do all that. See, that's fun there. Thing is, though, with that boost, it's bringing up too much of the saggy stuff. I want to do it with split EQ so we can... I'll bring split EQ down here so we're not affecting our gate. So at least for now, Eric was kind of treating this like low kick and high kick, and I think I'm trying to treat this thing as at least for now, it feels like it's doing a lot of the jobs, and that thing's just terrible. It's a little just too present. I wouldn't mind really... And I'm gonna angle this up a little bit. It's awkward. It just looks like I'm holding my wiener while I'm mixing this shit. That's kind of fun. You know, I want to avoid... Somebody just asked in a comment, hey, I noticed you don't ever use triggers for samples. And, well, A, you're not watching the right video because I'm doing that all the time. But B, yeah, it is true. Lately, I've been trying to... I'm really trying to not lean on that as much, because that is a way to just you know, if you want to be CLA and just get through 5 songs a day and just blast, it really will get you quick results. But I'm really trying to push to freaking learn how to manipulate these mics and really get results out of them. And so I don't want to lean on that just yet. You know, the very next thing, we got the kick kind of pushing right, which is cool. I want to hear what the overheads and the kit, overall kit image is doing, because that's most of the sound of the drums, and then the kick is going to sort of reinforce the punch and the low end from there, I think. Why don't I hear you, overheads? Oh, that's because the cymbals were recorded separately. Okay, cool. So really what I'm looking for is for that to be called overhead kit, because that's what I want. Sweet. Man, how incredibly exciting is that? Yeah, I want to blow those out a little bit. Omega TWK to the rescue. Check this out. Just a little bit of beauty, followed by a little bit of rubber band, kind of acting like in a FET mode, a little 1178 style. I got to remember to not talk until after I hit stop on playback. That was some feedback I got recently. Find yourself a man who listens to feedback and accepts constructive criticism. You know, maybe we do the compressed version into the TWK. That way we can get it kind of... Really, it's cool. I don't want to affect the transients too much. Do we have a phase issue? I need to check this out. Wow, it certainly seems like we may have a phase issue. Let's take a look at our kicks first. It would appear, yeah, the kick, exactly. That's really interesting. This one's flipped. I mean, they're all working, I guess, but like... What the H, man? It's always I never really know how to handle that. Because I could flip it here, but then it's basically going to be flipped from everything else in the chain. Or maybe we just leave it alone and call it cool. Another thing is, like, I recognize that the original Queen's like record had this super wide, like, almost impossibly wide, like 3D phasey kind of thing. They used phase to their advantage to like create the dimension, but I kind of like I want to sort of focus the drums in a little. I want to see what it would be like. This may be sacrilegious, but I want to try getting a little more mono action. Yeah, maybe just a little bit. Just a little bit. And then I have some other shit here, like room. Okay, Evie, I don't want your frickin' automation there, though, my boy. I just don't. I can do some automation later if I want to. All right, let's get a little bit of that, whatever that resonance is, out of there. That's a very, very close kind of sound, isn't it? Oh, and I'm sure you guys are getting some echo because of the... God, that's another thing I got to remember. Mix quieter, buddy. Otherwise, the sound of the speakers comes through the microphone. What the frick are all these? So what's the deal? Let's what do we have for snare mics here? Snare log, snare speed. I don't really know what any of this means. But that's okay. Let's see. That appears to be all the way down. Weird. Okay, so that's sort of some sort of gated thing that snare speaker. He had some sort of speaker next to it. I didn't watch the video, so I'm like, again, I just don't even know I don't know what the hell I'm doing. But we do have a snare mic here. And man, what more could you want, really, right? Maybe a little more transient. And our drum bus has like totally. Okay, this aux seems to feed how much level is going into that. I don't want that. I also don't want the automation. I really would just like to clear out all the automation. Everywhere. Everybody everywhere. Let's clear out clear special, all automation. Now select everything again. Clear special, all pan automation. Don't be giving me pan automation today, baby. I don't want it. So let me turn the speakers way down. Let me try to rebalance our kit so we can find true north. Skinny faders, let's go. Man, it's really hard right off the bat. It's hard to make this sound like not him, right? We're trying to find our own identity. I'm cleaning my glasses. I'm not jacking it. Okay. So I keep trying to, check this out, I keep trying to turn up the snare because I want the impact and the crack and the thud. But as soon as I do, I get a little too much of the top end. The top end is just a little too, it's imbalanced. It becomes too much for the mix. So I want to experiment with just doing some sort of, you know, multi-band transient boost. Overhead kit, there we are again. Man, that's super fun. Kit center. This is what mixing is, you guys. Once you plugins and EQ and clipping and all, like, that's the stuff to just doctor up some things and just get it right. That is a means to an end. And the end goal is to sit and like move the faders around until you have found the right balance that conveys the energy of the song. All right, now let's revisit bus compression. I liked my method is like the way I learned. Just dig in as hard as you can and move the settings until it sounds the best it can when it's super, super nuked, and then back everything off and then redial it in again. That's just, I never learned a better way to do it. So this is where revisiting the bus comp is going to help us sort of suck in the transient energy of the snare, because I wanted that spike, that split EQ move we did where we're getting just the bark out of the snare. Now we're going to absorb it with some tube energy. Cool with that for now. That's good. Let's hit gold clip and just kind of gain stage a little bit. right, and before we go any further, now I want to trim everything down. So we're not getting any gain reduction, any clipping, anything. And I want to just ride back up and see if we can sort of, because I think we've hit a little too hard and we're taking away too much transient. I want more room to be able to push faders into this stuff without it really restricting the mix, at least at this stage in the game. So I'm going to bring it in until I feel like we're losing a little too much. Let's try this. Eyes closed, ears open. Yeah, let's hang there for now. Let's hang there. I'm going to switch over to AirPods. AirPods will help me to feel what the low is doing. This is fun, man. Having a good time at this. So, am I not supposed to be having a tom here? I get it. He left it out. It kind of makes sense, actually. So I'm just not getting enough movement in the low end of this kick. So I'm gonna duplicate and I'm going to use Subloom. Then I'll drink some booze. Just kidding. I don't drink that much anymore. It's poisonous. It just sort of hurts me. I like a little coffee in the morning though. That's fine. Oh, and my silly goose brain did not bring over the audio. There we go. Do. It's about 30 hertz is the fundamental down there. Might be a little low. Maybe we try like a 40. Let's just drag it around until it feels right. How the hell are that many amp mics working together so nicely? Subloom. At least, that Subloom move may be way too much, but I'm in AirPods, so that's probably why. And that's the kind of thing where like, oh no, do I need to be fretting about it? Am I worried that maybe it isn't enough? Whoa, what if they listen on speakers, or what if somebody hears in the car late? what if you guys right now are listening in your studio and it's way too much and I look like an idiot? Like, who cares? It's part of the process of mixing, is just like catching a vibe, putting things in the right spot and getting it to feel good on one source, and then, switching speakers later. Then I'll work on the NS10s for a little while, which, by the way, you guys, I've got the winning pair right there. Got the winning pair of the 10s. And, yeah, so we're just going to keep going. We had a lot of fader room to bring that back up now. And now the intensity of our kick was like up here, and our snare was we've got to bring that snare up to match. These are the two powers, the kick and snare. They can't be imbalanced, it can't be tipping the scales. I think it's that room mic. Yeah. There's just like, yeah, better. Oh yeah, that thing. Now let's play with split EQ a little more. Put a Spectre on just the overall kick bus. Subloom down a little bit. Yeah, I'm wanting something. I wanted like a more angry, more distorted upper mid kick situation. So I think maybe that's where we can bring this in. I'll call this one dist kick. And I want like basically all the same shit going on. All the same stuff. But we're going to bring in Saturn and just try to trash the upper mids. Broken tubes a little too much. Yeah, just a little more psychotic energy. And I'm going to EQ this thing into that Saturn so that these bell curves just kind of activate it. Let's try that in the mix. Man, I will say AirPods for balancing. It's just like I can hear everything in high definition under the microscope. This is so nice right now. And so far, we're doing dialing all of this in without a parallel drum bus. Lately, I've been doing everything without a parallel compression bus because I feel like it just complicates things. It makes it like really hard to dial in. And and I gotta kick into noise canceling mode. I got the freaking leaf blower, President Leaf Blower over there. The neighbors love it. Oh, hey, honey, call the gardeners up. I hear Jesse just started mixing his songs. Let's get them out of there. Let's rebalance this bass fader. Let's just bring these in one at a time and kind of make them work. We got some of Eric's EQ here. I'll stick with that. We'll just pretend that's the way he tracked it. That's working for me for now. I want to use metric AB to just monitor our low end. I want to see how the low end is pushing. Is it mostly bass sustain, or is the low end of the kick, taking precedence and the sustain kind of living under that? You know what's going to happen now, baby. We're going to decrackle that thing, of course. But let's hear what else we got. And I am not super into that style of stereo-ness, to be honest. That's an important mic. We're getting our clarity and our top end transient from that. I would love to, at least for these four, I would love to auto align. Those are different performances, I'm pretty sure. Are these ones linked to these ones? I can't even remember how they had it. It's so confusing. Yeah, it's one performance, so let's frickin' put auto align on these. Auto align 2. Loved the first one. Really love the second one. wasn't a long enough capture. Clear the capture. Let's just do it from the top. Align. No, 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 no. Okay, we hit stop, and then it all aligns, which is really cool. Love the way that works, baby. And a lot of the time, it's just this system just doesn't work right anyway. But we're gonna find out. Oh, we do have EQ. Get that EQ out of there. Get that in there. Okay, so these EQs are not doing anything. Cool. Interesting. All right, let's just start one at a time. Okay, that has completely made them backwards. That's a really funny scenario where it's like supposedly making it better. So let's flip it. With it. That makes it nice and meaty. That's cool. What are these mics? BN15, C37A, D20. Nice. Kind of fun. So I'm just gonna push things around. I don't really know what the hell I'm doing, but we're gonna see what feels good. Man, AirPods are so good for panning. Let's kind of hear what we had. I'm thinking, you know, this is where I trick myself a lot. I'm listening to a band-passed mid-range guitar for like 5 minutes, which we just were, and then the drums come in and I'm like, whoa, my drums are really scooped, or my drums are really bright. I got to kind of reassess, but I think that was an important reference reset, because that might not be true, but I want to visit it. I want to find out if we kind of need a maybe a low pass filter on the drums. Yeah, I think that's definitely better. That focuses things. That's nice. I'm still driven like ultra crazy by that crackling. So I'm going to do the Shift Control Option Command / make a new playlist. We'll call it _RX. And we are going to decrackle that thing. Like, check it out without. Ugh. Let's go high quality. Granted, it adds a warbly kind of effect, but I have a feeling that with some of the other microphones, or maybe by boosting some EQ on one of the other microphones, we're going to be able to make that up. Plus, we have that top end from that other mic, that really kind of transient one that I was mentioning earlier. Okay, let's hear the before and after that. Give me a playlist view. Before, or who's after? Before. Jeez. Yeah, I like hair on some sources, but that's not the type of hair I like. What kind of hair do you guys like? Why don't you tell me? Tell me in the comment section. And let's just balance this now, too. I don't understand where True North is. I got to find out where True North is. And at this point, I think we could probably put a little high pass filter on the mix to just sort of clean up what's kind of going out of control down there. I want to hear this thing without the Unfair Child. What do we have going on there? Without. All right, I'm happy with that. I'm just freaking happy that it's starting to sound like something with its own identity. I was really curious about this, about whether you'd be able to mix some EV-related drums and EV-related, EV-engineered material, and if a different mixer could hit it and make it sound like them and not him. Mission accomplished. I think we're getting there. I think we got a little more work to do on panning and balancing those guitar mics, but I think we're basically in the ballpark. Eric's kick is pushing in the upper lows more. You can hear that dook, 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 dook. You know, I've got the sub lows happening. That's cool. But I am missing the upper lows. Dook, 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 dook. Listen to his in this when we're band passing in, 100 to 200 roughly. Listen to the heartbeat frequency of the kick is going in his, and when I switch to mine, you can hear it's just solid. There's no transient there. So we gotta fix that. So a lot of the time I'll just stay soloed. I'll just keep the mix band passed in whatever area I'm focusing on. And then I'll pick apart the mics, find out what's contributing to that. It's not that. So it's going to be this guy. But because of the way it's gated, it's not doing what I want it to do. Let's try that. Let's unsolo. Let's listen in the mix and see if we're able to get that to behave. I'm not able to get that to behave. So let's put a split EQ on this mic. Let's try to get it out of this mic. And then we also got to ask ourselves, is the bass guitar mucking up that area? Are we not able to get it in that area because of the bass? So let's just mute the bass for now. These guys are using power tools. I can't hear anything I'm doing. I'd even be tempted to just bring in like a really quick sample. And this is a scenario where I can get just a perfect, like a really fast, something that just does that kind of thing. And I'll just, right off the bat, just EQ it like pretty steep, just around there to like there, just so it's only giving me like what I'm looking for. And let's go for like something super fast, like this Taylor Larson, one of these guys. I know that this will work. Let's see if that's going to work. It'll give us just a really quick, a really choked, controlled heartbeat sample. That's kind of what I'll put that in as. Okay, I think that's going to work. Let's turn the sample up so that we don't have to have our fader at frickin' 10. There we go. We got it. Okay, now we got to check in full range, obviously. But the worrisome thing about full range is you can't just blast into full range because you're going to feel like it's going to sound so wacky. So you usually got to take 20, 30 seconds off. Everybody use this opportunity to turn your speakers way down. Because we all turned everything up to be able to hear stuff. All right, now we're kicking Eric's ass. Cool. All right, I'm not gonna really be referencing that much more after this, I don't think. You know what? We're cooking our bus though a little bit. I could feel it. A balanced mix can go as loud as you want it to, but you do lose transients. I'm curious, how loud are we coming in now? God, and I just want more snare. I just can't get enough snare. All right, we haven't even gotten into this yet. Oh, there's cymbals. Before we even get into the cymbals, before we even get into the guitars, let's go to the cymbals. Holy cannoli. Totally forgot that there are cymbals here. Let's loop that. The guitar balances feel okay.
to mono.
This is proof. I'm getting to the point where I'm making moves that I'm trying to undo. I'm just making silly moves at this point. So we gotta trust our instincts, trust the feel, and just move on. 10-second ear break, a little bit of a break. We're getting there, but I'm also like, some decisions I made earlier are kind of falling apart at this new section of the song. Okay, I'm unplugging my mic for a sec because I want to turn up louder. All right, bringing the mic back. I like drummer's perspective. So I got to switch those around too then. debugging. I just realized my mic has been off this whole time. So basically I'm talking about this. There's a piece missing in the mids of the kick. So I'm just going to bring that in with a little bit of a sample because I'm at the point where I feel like I've twisted and mangled the mics as much as I can. I just need a little more 1K knock. Is our kick a little too angry now? Potentially. Let's look at this dist kick. I'm hearing a lot of that jack. I'm hearing a lot of this, we'll call this one Tay Sam. And you know what? I don't like the track that I'm actually using to trigger that. So delete the audio there. And same with the heartbeat sample. I want to take the, like, just straight up from what, yeah, from the kick. Yeah, because that's like, holy fuck. Okay, that's good. Okay. And I'm getting to the point in the mix now where the more I look at the meters, the way I can see them sagging and falling, it's like it's tricking me into hearing things a certain way. So I really just want to hit play and hit my screensaver and not look at these meters because it's messing with me. Oops. Cool. I mean, overall, I'm just feeling freaking good about this. You know what I realized? We totally forgot to turn the Whitestone on. You know, this could be a time to try that. We certainly could try. Let's move the Unfairchild. Reset our ears for just a sec. And then, yeah, let's put the motherfricker up there. I'm going to unplug so I can monitor a little louder without bothering y'all with the echo. It's cool, but I didn't necessarily dial in the low end that way. I kind of found other ways to bring in that bloom. If we were really needing that from the get-go, I could have turned that on, and maybe that would have saved us some time, actually. But I forgot, so we're going to get rid of the Whitestone. And in fact, I think I read on the website that this is like a in the box. He wants to see how people mix this in the box kind of a thing. Yeah, okay, cool. Let's frickin' Yeah, and his might be like just a better mix of like an overall performance, you know, less snare up front. But I just like kicks and snares, man. I feel like that just drives records and it has vibe and it's the energy I'm feeling today. So I got to just roll with it. Trust my gut and roll with it. Let's put this one to bed. Let me do one more listen through it at kind of a low level, make sure everything's copacetic, and then we're going to hit bounce. You know, I could EQ out that shh. There's a very interesting... Let's like triple check. We don't want a little bit more of those. So let's check just the reference of going from the verse into that section. Split the diff. You know, could we deal with more low end in the toms? Not enough to really make it noticeable, to be honest. You know, if we want to kind of invent low end that isn't really there, we'd use something that's doing some like third order. Yeah, that's nice. Okay. I'm going to just do a freaking bounce in real time. Let's call this V 1.0 head to tail bounce. And we'll put this just, yeah, straight into the folder. Offline, online, I want to listen to it. Nope, not off the hook quite yet. There's just still a fucking EQ-y thing. Shh, shh, shh. It's not that one. You know, I could just widen that cue, but let's try that. cymbal. I turned up the guitars when the cymbals need to come up too. Man, this happens so much. The clarity you get, you know, it's that post bounce clarity where you hit bounce and then you start to hear things happen. Okay, and while we're freaking at it, let's just give one more listen to what he did. I don't even know if that's his mix, to be honest. Like, it was a weird bounce sitting in the session. I guess I don't even trust that that was his mix. So, but let's just hit play. This is my mix. I feel good about this. Let's just freaking send it. Not off the hook yet. We got a resonance here now. And there might be one there too. Yep. One. Let's see, did he leave some of that stuff in? You know, it's really interesting to hear all the presence in the top end because he didn't low pass the mix like I did. Where did I do that? I did do that, did I not? You guys, am I going nuts here? Because I swore we did that. Oh, I just did the drums. That's right. But yeah, let's revisit. Let's look at that. Ah, let's hear what it sounds like without that. Interesting. I'm tempted to put it back now. Let's just move it up a little bit. Get a little more clarity back, but it still keeps it focused. All right. Here we go. We're going to bounce this now. Sick. And I don't remember actually putting my tail point in there, so I'm just going to triple check. Yeah, no, that's a fucked up tail point. That doesn't work. We need a little like a fade going out of that. Cool. All right, that's going to work. Let's print it again. And you know what? This time we'll do it offline. We're good. I'm stoked on that. That's the end of this. And yeah, we'll enter the mix contest. We'll see what happens with that. I'll enter as like Scrody McBoogerballs or Vin Mortensen or something dorky. And yeah, but I'll put this up, I think, way before the contest is even done. So we will see what happens, man. It was just fun to do. It's just really fun. And got to keep on flexing the skills and tighten up the screws on the operation here. Man, the mixes are numbered out here, you guys. There are a number of mixes happening in the outdoor studio before the new space is ready for me to move in and get the panels going and get all this stuff constructed and just get in there and start working. It's going to be good. Oh my goodness. I'm excited. Well, thanks for hanging, y'all. This was a really good time. We'll see you next time. Peace.